Alright, y'all. Alright. Now, listen, I'm going to try and keep it down a little bit or whatever, just because it is a little late. But anyway, man, y'all know what time it is when y'all see this on the screen. Let me go ahead and cut the camera around real quick. Hold up. Alright. Bam. It looks like we got it right here. Let me go ahead and hit this real quick, though. We got to get the whole squad up in here. Alright, bam, now we finally got him. Let me cut the volume up a little bit. But of course, just for a proper welcome, man, listen, thank y'all so much for being here with me. But y'all already know the waves. Y'all already know the vibes, man. It is Zachariah White, a.k.a. Big Daddy Drip. Back at it like it's nothing with this drip and the sauce, because I am the boss. Listen, it's been about a week since we did one of these episodes, man, but nonetheless, the grind and shine never really stops, man. Alright, now last week we was pretty busy with a whole bunch of stuff, alright? Now if y'all want to know what it is exactly that I was busy with, then I mean, you know, y'all go check out the vlogs. Go check out the vlogs, man. I mean, shoot, you know, I leave all that information up in them joints or whatever, but it's cool. Alright, now as far as this particular episode of the Royal High Table, I'm not gonna lie, this might be one of them ones. This might be one of them ones. I think we might fuck around and get like this gonna be one of them philosophical ones. This ain't really too drama based, or you know, I don't know. You know what, y'all will be the judge of that. Alright, but again, it is good to finally get back to this podcasting grind and shine. Alright, and okay, I'm trying to think, right? So I have answered, well, I have a total of like 8 or 9 warm pop-up questions, but I've only provided answers for about, I believe, 6 of them. I may not get to all 6 of them, but there are some ones that I'm like, yo, I really want to, like, I want to talk about this one, and perhaps we might save some for next time. All right, and you know, good enough, we do have 2 hot topic questions, or hot topics, or whatever questions, you know, for us to discuss, man. All right, and I think, you know, y'all gonna enjoy it. Y'all always gonna enjoy it. All right, but again, thank y'all so much for joining me, you know, on this particular Tuesday, in which, by the way, I wish everybody an awesome Tuesday. I know that it's about like 10:30 in the afternoon, but hey, man, shoot. Hopefully your Tuesday was better than your Monday, and hopefully your week is going, you know, is good, you know, if not better than it was, you know, last week. All right, but with that being, actually no, we not even properly, you know, ready to get into that sort of thing. What I will say just before we get started, y'all already know, whenever y'all pull up to the Royal High Table, all right, and y'all come through and we chop it up and we eating, we sipping, we kiki-keying, we laughing, whatever it is that we doing up at this table, y'all make sure that y'all bring your crowns. All right, you wear it and you represent, you know, whatever it is that you represent. Everybody's a king, a queen, god, a goddess, you know, emperor, empress, boss, you know, all that other sort of shit. Whatever it is that they feel they are that. They got some dominion over something. All right. But again, life is about finding whatever it is that your niche is. But nonetheless, everybody is royalty, all right? And we respect that over here. So y'all make sure that y'all wear your crowns, again, loud and proud for whatever it is that you represent. You wear it loud and proud for yourself, and you wear it loud and proud for the world to see, all right? But hold on, let me cut this volume down a little bit. That Devin Terrell really hit, but let me go ahead and lead the way, of course, and as always. Yo, bam. Okay, now we are properly equipped to get this shit on the move. All right, let me go ahead and cut this. Let me put this on pause, put this on mute. All right, but again, and I said this for like the 3rd or 4th time already, but again, thank y'all so much for being here with me. All right, and again, I encourage y'all, for wherever it is that you're tuning in from, whether it be YouTube, whether it be what's it called, Spotify, Anchor, whatever, what's it called, shoot, I keep saying what's it called a lot, but wherever it is that you're tuning in from, whether it be YouTube or any of the other podcasting websites, y'all make sure that y'all, I mean, listen, this is a conversation, all right? Of course, I'm going to be the one doing a little bit of talking, but hey, man, I want to hear your guys' input, you know, one, your input with regard to the questions, and if there's anything that I said that maybe sparked a thought or anything like that, y'all make sure that y'all leave that, y'all let it be known, all right? I mean, I'm going to take a look at it, and of course, I'll respond to it as well. All right, but anyway, right, the first question of the night, and this is something I'm really... The first question of the night... you see, okay, I'm just going to go with what I have, all right? The first question of the night comes from ABC News, all right? Big shout-outs to ABC News, by the way. All right, but the question is, would you like to be famous? And then I think I tacked this on at the end, but like, what would you like to be famous for? All right, and you know, it of course is a whole bunch of different answers or whatever. You know, some people want to be famous, some people don't. As far as me, I would like to be famous. Of course, I would like to be. There's a bunch of things I'd like to do and I'd like to have. All right, but as far as what I would like to be famous for, really whatever it is that I'm currently doing at this moment, and whatever it is that I'm working towards. All right, so you know, just one base, one fundamental, you know, I guess one component to the answer, right? What I would like to be famous for, this very thing that I'm doing or that we're doing right now, this podcast and stuff. You damn right I would like to be famous for it or whatever, because I know this, man, you either gonna catch a laugh or you gonna catch a gem. One of the two, maybe even both of them. I mean, you know, your boy got the sauce like that. But anyway, all right. But anyway, right? But yes, no, with my efforts of, you know, doing podcasting, and again, my apologies, because shoot, I intended to do 2 of them last week, right? Coming into the week, and then I was like, fuck, I see some of the shit that's lining up. I'm hoping, okay, I'm gonna try to get at least one. And then it's like, fuck, none of them fell through. But nonetheless, though, we've been consistent, you know, from especially, well, starting back from whatever date we started in the spring semester, and then just pushing forward. You know, right now, listen, this is episode number 23. So, you know, we've evidently had to put in some grind and shine when it comes to that. I'd like to also be famous for YouTube, because I know, well, when I talk about gems and entertainment or gems and funny, right? Like that, you could very well get some of that from the YouTube videos. And not only that, I mean, shoot, hell, this right here is a YouTube video. All right, you know, again, stuff in particular, well, specifically and particularly like this, again, very gem based. Anything like even some of my my videos within the Professor White playlist, those are some gem based, you know, I guess works or gem based creations, right? But nah, I ain't gonna hold you, right? I think one of the biggest gems, and of course I gotta, before any success happens, I gotta be my, you know, biggest supporter. But I think my biggest gem, the biggest thing, like I like a lot of my series. I like a lot of videos that I've done. But that the NBA 2K14 series, I think that's definitely it may not even be, I may have to go back and reevaluate it, but it's definitely I was about to say one of the most memorable, just off the top, as of me thinking at this particular moment, is the most memorable one, just because, not one, of course it was super long, but there were so many good moments. Of course, I started off playing it on All Pro, and then I ended up having to change it because, man, I'm telling you, otherwise, bro, I would have, my blood pressure when it went up the roof. I said the roof. When it went at the roof, man. Shoot, hell, I'm only 20 years old. I ain't even reached 21 yet, but now I got to deal with freaking heart problems and shit because I'm about to get ready to fucking spike the controller every time I cut the PS4 on before I even get to the game. I'm like, yo, I already know 2K about to fuck me over, so I ain't even trying to deal with nothing. You know what? I might as well just fuck shit up. I already know it's coming. but nonetheless though, there was a lot of great moments. Some of like the better videos, right, that I look at within the series, right, like on camera. Here's the thing, sometimes on camera it doesn't seem, at least for me anyway, because of course I've lived it and then I'm watching it back, it's not as like, it seems a little reduced than what I know it to be in real life, what I know it to be from what I experienced. And come on, I need the crown to stay on me. Come on, crown, come on, don't betray me, right? But because like I'll say for instance, what was it, the final game of the NBA Finals, right? Game not even game not game 5 because we didn't make it that far, but game 4, right? I remember this was when I was in the COVID what's it called, spot that FSU has for us, right? And also big shout out to FSU for helping me out with that. But of course it was all sweet. It was very I'll say it's something that I know it's a video game, but like I'll always look back at that in time. Well, anytime, my fault. I'm definitely just sort of kind of into winning, right? Into those grand moments. And what I mean by grand moments, I mean, with trophy, championships, the banners, the rings, the chains, all that. I'm into that sort of kind of thing. That's what I look forward to. That's what I pursue. That's those type of moments that I look for. All right. So that particular game in itself, again, knowing that we won, but also at the same time, those fadeaway shots was fucking, bro. We was pulling MJs on this. We was pulling MJs on LeBron, Wade, and them. All right. And then not only that, I mean, we was crossing them up, layups. We got fast break dunks, but there was a point in time, I think I like really, there's been times where I got frustrated and I hit the desk, or like I hit something like this, like this was the final game. I real deal spiked the controller like in I think I hit it on the ground a couple times. I was fucking pissed. I think it had to have been Burke. I feel I can't recall. I feel like Burke fucking turned it over and I got super fucking heated. I was like, bro, what the fuck, bro? This is the final game of the season. Get your shit together. But nonetheless, right? It's like it wouldn't be life if there wasn't struggles with the victory. So, but nonetheless though, those are definitely videos. Even though I fuck with it, I know somebody else could also get the same feelings, that I got from it. If not even, perhaps they may feel more, perhaps they may feel less from it. But in particular, that series, I know I got a bunch of them, but yeah, no, that's definitely one of them ones. People should definitely go check that shit out. All right. Now I also put, like, for my answers, I put streaming, even though I hadn't quite started that yet. Now, a constant theme that I have reiterated throughout the videos that I made today on this Tuesday was expanding my horizon, and that's something that I said, like, and that's like a key phrase that I was saying, like, all or a lot of spring semester, right? And I stopped saying it, right? But even though I stopped saying it, it's not like, that concept died out. Like, no, I was still on it. I was dead serious about that. But yeah, streaming is definitely one of those things that I'll get to. But there's certain things, I don't know, life is a game, and there's certain things that I have to unlock before I get to that particular thing, at least that I have in my mind. Of course, perhaps I could start streaming literally like now if I wanted to, but I ideally I got somewhat of a roadmap, you know, out, and it might be coming soon. It might be coming soon, but I know when I'm going to unlock that part of of my kingdom and of my kingdom and of my empire, right? Also, poetry, music, rapping, and I'm trying to get into a little bit of singing. Now that's gonna take a good bit of work, as well as the rapping, because I'm no professional. It's shit, hell, bro. If it wasn't for my time in pageant, shit, I wouldn't be rapping. I wouldn't be writing no poetry. Bro, listen, as far as music, I would just be a listener. That's the only thing, right? But of course, because of the one time that I was like, you know what, fuck it, you know. And I'm gonna shout. And this is my thing. I'm gonna try to do this more. Really shout out people. Like really shout out people. Really shout out organizations and all that other sort of shit. Give love and give flowers when and where I can. Big shout outs to Andrew Shirley. I don't know if you, my G, I don't know if you're watching it right now, but big shout outs to you. Also big shout outs to Hakeem Hunter, and big shout outs to Gary Bowen, because those are the top 3 people who during the pageant they were like, yo, Zach, you should rap. And then not only that, but you know, granted, I came up with, like, I chose my type. I chose the beat that I was going to rap to, and then I did all my lyrics, right? But as far as anything, perhaps, you know, anything that I may have needed help on, feedback, they were the ones who were essentially, you know, I feel like they were the expertise opinions, right? Because any and everybody, they could be like, oh, well, you know, it's maybe you need to work on it a little bit more, blah, blah, blah. But not many people had the know-how, like okay, well, you may need to work on this, but this is something, this, like, specifically with regard to the way you're performing it or the way that you're writing it or whatever, like, this is how it needs to be tweaked, or this is how it could be tweaked. Those 3 were a few of the only ones who could and did give me that sort of type of advice and feedback. All right, but nonetheless, though, again, the Gold Empire is what I dubbed it: poetry, music, and y'all will come. And as far as what these empires are, I'm going to fill you guys in more on it. But you know, yeah, no, just keep all that in mind, right? But so yeah, so YouTube, podcasting, streaming, poetry, music, and then not only that, but I got some business stuff too. I'm not gonna mention the business names because I hadn't quite gotten all that stuff worked out yet, and I do not have time for anybody to come across this podcast and then steal my motherfucking ideas, man. No, I can't do that. I don't want that. But know that that's also another lane, right? And then not only that, but something that I've dubbed the external sphere. Everything that I talked about previously was the internal sphere. What I'm talking about now coming up is the external sphere. And as far as, like, again, this is what I would like to be famous for. And this is with regard to, I'll say, political involvement and community involvement, really governance, governing, you know, governance matters, really. Right? I'm trying to find different nice ways of saying it and all that other sort of shit. All of it it's kind of, they connotate it with each other. but nonetheless, though, as far as like what it is that I'm doing like now, you know, that I would like to be known for, or I would like to I guess, have it be known at some point, like, like, again, political involvement. All right, now I don't know if I definitely have mentioned it in at least one of my videos, but I have been very, very fortunate to become an alternate member of the Special Events Advisory Board for the city government of Fort Myers, right? And shoot, I ain't I could have just said just of Fort Myers. All right, but yeah, no, big again. Major shout outs to one, the Special Events Advisory Board, two, to the City Council, basically to all the boards and committees within Fort Myers, three, to my city, Fort Myers, that region, all that other sort of jazz, and anyone who's helped me get, you know, essentially land that particular position, right? And y'all, I might have some more relating news to tell y'all with regard to boards and committees, but you know what, I'll save that for whenever I get it. All right, but I'd also, you know, like it to be known, you know, all the stuff that I'm doing with my organizations. Big shout outs to, you know, the Jamaican American Student Association here on campus. Big shout outs to the Caribbean Students Association here on campus. Big shout outs to the Dominican Student Association here, again, all at FSU. All right, so yeah, if anything that I'm involved with, or really that I'm doing now, and what I'm doing, you know, moving forward, yeah, I would like for it to be known. Definitely like for it to be known. There is a mantra. There's a mantra that I have, right? Or there's a couple of them, but one of them is satisfy go internal, satisfy go external, right? Satisfy the internal and satisfy the external. So I'm whatever goals and ambitions and all that other sort of jazz, needs, wants, whatever, I'm going to satisfy those. But also at the same time, again, leaving a mark and helping and assisting others, that's also a major thing. All right, hell, life is many freaking things. Life, people got to understand, life is an individual and a team game. All right, of course, there's points in times where life, like, bro, like, it's boxing. It's only you in life, and you got to duke it out with that motherfucker. All right, then there's times where it's you, a squad, and then life, and y'all got to figure out a way how to score. All right, so you know, life is very, very vast. All right, but nonetheless, I'd still like to be known for all my efforts. All right, but you know what? Again, cool, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and y'all leave y'all responses to that particular question. All right, and not only that, if there is anything that you know that I said that again sparked a thought, consideration, or judgment, or whatever on your behalf, you know what, y'all go ahead, you know, let me know about it, however it is that you can. But let me see how much time I got though, right? Because I see that, okay, I got a little bit right now. I'm at the 22 mark. All right, at least on my camera though, right? But anyway, this next question is the one that I really wanted to get to, right? The next question that I have, and this camera right here, y'all, my people on YouTube, y'all, it might mess around and cut off on me, right? But it's cool either way. That's why we got these. You know, got so many cameras and shit, bro. Ain't nothing getting missed. Man. But anyway, this next question that I have for you guys comes from Zistboon, and big shout outs to Zistboon. Yeah, my fault, let me enunciate. Zistboon. All right, and this next question is, what words of wisdom would you pass on to your childhood version of yourself? Now, you guys, there are many questions, many times where I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good question. I'll come back to, like, I'll give you guys an answer now, but I will come back to it later on, right? But like, there are a number of questions, a number of topics that I've done that with. This question is one of those ones that I've already answered, but I spun the fucking block on, and I got more shit. Right? But I've got a number of quotes for y'all. I'll tell y'all one thing, and I might do, there might be even more talk about it, but basically, well, my fault. Hell, everybody does that. I think what's it called? What is it? It, to me, like, I just compare it to basketball. Like, if someone is like dribbling or whatever, everybody's got a size up move before they go into whatever maneuver that they're about to go into, and all, you know, whatever. But and You know, I'm not even gonna lie. That probably sounded like absolutely nothing. Let me just go ahead and get into the question. I'm just rambling at this point. But yes, no. Again, for you guys, what words of wisdom would you pass on to your childhood version of yourself? Right? And the first time that I answered the question, I had a quote, right? And it was, and granted, I on this version of my notes, well, yeah, the notes for this current episode, I took the quote off, right? But yeah, no, again, it's my quote, so I remember it. It was revolving, well, not revolving, involving, basically everybody having or interacting with three types of people, right? You know, family, friends, and a significant other. And at some point in time, everyone is betrayed by all three of those groups, all right? And I'm just saying all three of those groups, not saying necessarily, you know, at the same time or whatever. Just at some point in time, there is conflict between the person of interest and, again, these groups, right? And the blessed and the fortunate ones are able to go through conflicts with whichever of the groups, and still have support from the other groups, right? But another quote that I came up with, just as I was, you know, oftentimes I do a good bit of thinking, right? But a quote that I have is, society has gotten real good at creating villains. They've also gotten real good at creating heroes, making villains heroes, and making heroes villains. You will always be both in general to somebody or another, right? But don't forget who you are to you. And I guess even, well, I'll as far as my inspiration on that, I'll get into it or whatever. But that last line is what I really like. even though I came up with it, that's what I really like. You will always be both in general, but don't forget who you are to you. All right, because if to you are a hero, right? Then and you know, of course, anybody whatever's going to try and come out and paint you as the villain, then listen, you hold that, keep that in mind, and you keep going about whatever your purpose is. You keep pushing forward, you keep pushing towards that. Whatever your goals are, keep doing that. Whatever your aim, your mission, your objective, your agenda, whatever it is, keep pushing towards that. And if you were a villain, right? Well, one, if you want to change that, or if you want to change from a hero to a villain, then, you know, again, know who you are to you at a particular point in time. You are whatever, and then you take whatever steps to change that. All right, and if you are, and again, say if you are said a villain or whatever, again, don't forget, have an awareness of you. All right, have an awareness of you. But that's pretty big, because if you don't have an awareness of you, there are certain things, again, when it comes to life, you need to have a basic of something. If like, before you can elevate and do this and that and all that other sort of shit, you gotta have maybe not even the basics or the fundamentals. You have to have a basic, a fundamental. You gotta have something, and you gotta know you. All right, and again, in the world, again, everybody's gonna be villains, heroes, winners, losers, whatever. But again, just know who you are. That is a real key focus. But let me see how much time I see. Oh, okay. At some point in time, y'all, this camera is gonna cut out on me, and I have a lot more quotes to talk about. All right, this camera is gonna cut off on me. All right, my people on YouTube, of course. Again, at some point in time, wow. Let me stop repeating myself. All right. But the dealio is this: I'm gonna cut this video, all right? And as for my people on podcasts, I'm gonna play the music for a little bit. I'm gonna check my phone. If I got any notifications that I need to address, I'm gonna do that, all right? And then, of course, we're gonna get right back into it. But with that being said, thank y'all. Thank you to everybody, my YouTube kingdom, my podcast kingdoms, all right? Thank y'all, all right? And my people on YouTube, I'll see y'all in the next video. My people on podcast, y'all stay tuned, man, because again, we still got that shit, all right? All right.